So we know that the retail sector has been the darling of the investment community. We couldn't have missed that, so much so that there have been warnings now about valuations in the sector. From your fundamental research, what do you see as being the short-term prospects for the retail sector?
Well, I mean, the research that we've done, we've consulted with many of the major players to obtain their advice as well in terms of how they see the economic environment going forward. It seems like it's moderate growth going forward. And even if what we see in the environment now, there would be more concerns actually with the current strikes in terms of the outlook in the industry.
So moderate turnover growth, there's also reference to cost escalation, so that's electricity, wages, etc. You refer to the labour issue, but then there's a broader concern there about regulation within South Africa, labour market regulation, the Consumer Protection Act also.
Yeah, but I also do think that if you look at the results of some of the companies and the impact on consumer spend, as you've mentioned, is that the cost increase in electricity and fuel is actually taking some of the consumers' money to spend out of their wallet.
Right, so removing disposable income. So having said that, what do you see as being the medium to longer term prospects for retailers? So the successful retailers would have a strategy to get out of the doldrums. All these foreign investors buying our stocks believe that they will be successful. Is it the Africa story? Definitely
the Africa story, and that is what all of the major players confirmed. If you look at the Shoprite prices, the reason for that market price is actually the expectation into Africa. In the latest results, they also said that 25% growth in the markets outside of South Africa versus 9 to 10% in South Africa. So very much so, we look at aggressive growth strategies across all the retailers. If you look at their press announcements, the mass marts, the Mr. Price, the Woolworths, the Pick n Pays, and the Shoprites. Pepco also putting 100 million aside for 50 outlets in Nigeria.
So if you were to sum it up in a few seconds, this aggressive growth and being able to formalize informal markets within the African continent.
Very much so. The main difficulty, what these CEOs have told us, is actually to secure property. And of the 8 billion that Shoprite raised in the capital raising fund, about between 1 and 1.7 billion is set aside for investment in a property fund in Nigeria to secure that property.
Well, Diederik, good talking to you, getting your insights. That's Diederik Fouche, retail and consumer leader at PwC on the retail sector in South Africa.